How did you and your classmates all prank your teacher? Remote learning really did give every kid a chance to go completely feral, and our class took that personally. It was lockdown, 8th grade, and we were all stuck in our bedrooms pretending to care about whatever Mr. Henderson was teaching over Zoom. The class had been a disaster from day one. Some kid had invited his friend into the call just to spam the chat with random links and scream, "You!" every time someone spoke. Another dude would unmute himself mid-lesson, completely silent, and then just start crunching chips at a volume that should not have been physically possible. We just sat there watching the teacher try to explain fractions over the sound of one kid destroying a bag of Doritos like it was a competitive sport. But then came Nolan. Nolan unmuted himself one afternoon, propped his laptop on what we all assumed was a desk, and pointed the camera at the ceiling. It wasn't a desk, it was a bathroom. His mic was on. There was a long pause where nobody moved, and then the entire class collectively realized what was happening. I lost it completely. I had to turn my camera off, bury my face in a pillow, and scream. Mr. Henderson just kept teaching like nothing happened, which was somehow worse. By this point, the class had basically turned into a group project in chaos, and someone decided it was time to make it official. I got added to a group chat at like 10 p.m. Every single person in the class was in it. Just 23 8th graders and one very specific goal. We stayed up planning the whole thing. By morning, we had it locked in. The next day, we all joined the call like it was any other Thursday. Cameras on, looking completely, suspiciously normal. Mr. Henderson started the lesson. We all nodded along like responsible students who had definitely done the reading. Then he stopped mid-sentence and asked the class a question. That was the signal. Every single one of us stood up, walked out of frame, and let our chairs sit completely empty. Total silence. Just the faint sound of Mr. Henderson existing alone in a Zoom call with a grid of empty rooms. He just sat there, staring at the screen, completely frozen. You could see him tilting his head slightly like a man whose brain was buffering so hard it might crash entirely. 5 full minutes passed. Not a single person cracked. Then one by one, we all walked back into frame and sat down, straightened our notebooks, looked at the camera, like nothing had happened. Mr. Henderson stared at us for a second. Then he asked, very slowly, "What was that?" And without any coordination, without any pre-planned signal, every single one of us said the exact same thing at the exact same time. We had to walk our dogs. The silence that followed was different from the first one. This was the silence of a man doing math he didn't want to do, and then he just said, "Okay," and went straight back to the lesson like none of it had happened.